All right, busy day here on campus continues. Talked to Coach Fickle earlier. Now I'm here with senior captain Trey Scott. It is 2 days in advance of senior day. Is it in your feels yet? Are you emotional about it yet, or when it happens, it happens?
To be honest, I've been thinking about it a lot for real. Like a lot of people were saying some stuff to me about it, like senior day, and I'm like, dang, it's like actually here. I was thinking about like me being here previous years with like Gary, Troy, Kane, Justin, all those guys, and I'm out there excited for them. And now it's like it'll be me walking out there with my mom, and my dad, and getting the jerseys. I mean, it's a great feeling that I made it this far. But I mean, I feel like once Saturday hit, it's gonna be different. It's gonna really hit me smooth.
Let's go back to the beginning, the recruiting process. First time I ever saw you was in a convention center turned basketball court, and it was the first time Mick ever saw you too. When you saw Mick come in, Coach Davis had been recruiting you for a long time, and Mick had been trying to get to see you. That was the first time it worked out. And I think Mark Fox was there.
Yeah, UGA.
And Leonard Hamilton was sneaking around. Did you ever hear from Florida State?
A little, but not too much.
So Leonard Hamilton, he's sneaky. What he'll do is he'll see who the other coaches are watching, and then he'll come over and take a look, get a little peek for himself. Yeah. So he saw Mick and Mark Fox watching that game. He came over and looked. Were you nervous to have Mick there, or was it just like, all right, now it's time to show him what I can do?
I wasn't nervous. Like me, back when I was on the AAU circuit, I knew I was getting recruited. I knew I was getting watched. I just tried to go out and play every game like it was nobody in the stands. Because the more I try to tell people now, the more you think about it, the more you try to do something good for them. That's when you start messing up and doing things you don't usually do. So I was excited that it was there. I was happy that it was there. But I really wasn't too much concerned about it for real. I was like, if I do what I normally do, then they'll be here for the next game. And I was happy that he came. Obviously, I'm here now. So shout out to Coach Cronin.
It moved pretty quick from there. You came for a visit, committed to me. Called me and committed, and started a great story, the Coach Chad story. What was it about Cincinnati that just clicked when you came up here and checked everything out?
When I first got here, it was, well, for one, I like the area, like the campus, everything, the school. I like that the school it's not like too big, and like a lot of the stuff that I would be dealing with was right where I needed it. And other than that, it was just like my teammates at the time, the guys who was here, they made me feel real comfortable. They was like, yo, you might as well come. Like, you come here, like, you'll love it. Like, you'll get treated the right way. It's a basketball school. The fans will love you. That's what basketball play. You want to go to a school that's known for basketball also. And just the history of the school. Before I got recruited by UC, I really wasn't. I didn't have no idea about Cincinnati. And I started watching some games. My first game I watched was when UC played at Louisville. That was my first time ever watching them. And me and my mom was like, yeah, you could fit that style. And ever since then, once I seen that game, I started searching up the history of the people who's been here before me. And I'm like, yo, I got a great chance to get exposed out to the world, to go to further places after college. And it just all worked out.
Was it hard leaving the South, leaving your family?
Yeah,
and coming all this way?
It was tough at first, but I didn't get homesick any because I knew I was here I had a purpose, I had a reason to be here. And I'm like, my mom and my dad and the rest of my family, they'll always be home when I need them. So I was kind of happy to get away, but I missed them. But I never was one of those guys man, I can't wait to go back home, I need to go home. I was just happy to be here.
How much of the shock was the big city?
Oh, it was a huge shock.
Because your town is a stoplight town.
Yeah. It was a big shock. When I first was my first time out in the city, just riding around with some of the players, I was just looking around I wasn't what am I doing here for real? It's all these buildings. I never been around buildings this tall and just me walking around looking. So it was cool at first. Now I kind of want to when it's all said and done, I want to move somewhere kind of got a big city but a little country country town also. So
right.
I'm trying to plan to see when it's all said and done where I want to really move to.
The redshirt year, how hard was sitting?
It was tough. It was hard for real. Coming from a school being a guy and then having to sit out, it was real tough. But it was me personally. I think it was the best decision I made. My whole entire life, it was the best choice that I made.
And then 2 years of playing, but not a ton. But you got to be a contributor. You got to be a guy that helped out on two teams that were 30 wins, wildly successful. Were those 2 years? Did you take those as learning experiences? How did you attack that, knowing you had an NBA guy in front of you and Gary.
I took them as a learning experience, both of them, but I also took it as like just me to get my feet wet and to learn from others, but also to learn when I'm on the court, like from myself and what I know, what will work, what won't work. I mean, I had a lot of great guys in front of me, so I knew at the end of the day, with me redshirting, like it was all gonna work out, and I trusted and believed, and I put my faith in God, and like it's all working out now. But knowing, like playing behind Gary, like some people would be like, at the end of the day, I still say sometimes like, dang, I still wish I would have played more. I still wish I would have played more. But I mean, at the end of the day, I learned so much from him. Like that's my guy, and just learn how he handled certain stuff, and I took how he did certain things and put a twist on it, and I do it my own way. So I mean, those 2 years was crucial for me, and I got the most out of it.
How much better did you get every day in practice having to deal with him?
No, I got better. I got better every day. He dang sure got better every day too, because I most definitely was going at him.
Right.
But I mean, we got better every day. Like that's one thing I miss about those guys, like just being around them, the competitiveness. How do you say that? And practice every day on a day-to-day basis. And like in practice now, I just try to do the same thing that they did. To get the younger guys better. And I feel like I did like Mamadou. He's coming along a great way. Me and him go at it every day in practice. So I mean, just learning from the things that I learned from them. Successful player, successful team. I just try to bring the same here.
But that's being a Bearcat, right? Passing it down.
Exactly.
Jack passed it down to Gary. Gary passed it down to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes this place great, right?
I agree.
Junior year, solid.
Yeah.
About 10 points a game, about 6-7 rebounds a game. Could you feel as the season went along that you were coming into your own with more experience, more confidence?
Yeah. Towards I'd say probably after the Central Florida game. I had a big game last year at Central Florida. I mean, we lost, but I was like, I kind of showed like I was scoring like all like consistently from like 3-point line, mid-range jump shots, scoring around the rim. I mean, that's just what I've been doing. Like you've seen it. Like, that's how I've always been able to play. And I feel like me being a role player for so long, I looked past a lot of that stuff. I was so stuck in like being a role player, just doing one job and trying to do one job so good, till I overlooked what got me here. And I mean, one day I just took a look in the mirror and I'm like, yo, what is you doing? Like you need to wake up what you've been doing. And ever since then, I haven't stopped. And the way I've been playing this year and how I ended last year was.
Yeah. Speaking of the end of last conference tournament, like that had to be that first real. You make all conference tournament team. Mm-hmm. That had to be that first like real justification that like you're not a role player anymore. That you are a main guy on this team. Yeah, most definitely. When I won the award, I'm like, it was just like an eye opener for myself. And then we went to the tournament. I think I had like 10 points, maybe 7 rebounds or whatever. It was solid, but I mean, just the way I ended the whole last season, it was just a confidence booster for this season, to be honest. How hard was this offseason? Say it again? How hard was this offseason? Mick leaves, John comes in. Mm-hmm. You had a previous relationship with him, but then your teammates are leaving, new guys are coming. How unsettling was it for you knowing that you were going into your senior year, that everything had kind of turned upside down? I was kind of up and down about it. But I mean, talking to my mom, Coach Cronin just left. And I feel like we went like a week maybe without having a coach. And then, hearing a lot of my teammates say they're going to transfer. And I'm trying to I'm trying to keep everything together for myself for my last year, because I don't want my last year to be, like rocky or whatever you want to call it. Right. It was tough. But I mean, I talked to a few players who stayed here, and I'm like, well, Jaren and Keith, honestly, when I found out Jaren was coming back, and Keith told me that he was staying, I'm like, well, they're my dogs for real. And they all said they had unfinished business, so I'm like, let's take it on, because let's do it again. Let's see what we could do this year. And I mean, I wish like the best of my teammates who left. I wish them all the best of luck. We still communicate to this day, but I do wish I have a lot of them would have stayed. No telling how the season would have went with them here. But I mean, it was tough. It was tough. For one, I didn't think Coach Cronin was going to ever leave Cincinnati. Yeah. I never thought he was going to ever leave Cincinnati, but I mean, he did, and I don't blame him. It's an opportunity that a lot of people don't get. So I'm wishing him the best with it. He's doing great with it right now. But I mean, it was tough. Like the beginning process was tough, and then when I found out Coach B was getting the job, like I just felt like everything happened for a reason. Me and him got together for a reason. Like, he was recruiting me in high school. It didn't work out. I just feel like we was brought back together, like for some odd reason. And I stayed. I trusted what they were saying, and
I stayed here.
So I'm sure there was doubt in that week, and plus you had graduated, so you could have grad transferred and played right away. Once you found out it was him, was that something that really helped lock it in? That because I communicated with you a couple times, and you were ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And your sisters were coming. I'm sure that was a big part of it, but you're not going anywhere. You're a Bearcat, and you're going to finish this thing, finish what you started, right?
Yeah. When I found out Coach Brandon was coming, he most definitely, that was the reason why. That was like a big reason why I stayed. Once I found it out, but I mean, at the end of the day, what's up, bro? What's good?
You can go.
Yeah, go ahead. At the end of the day, like you said, I just felt like we had unfinished business for real. And yeah, my sisters was coming here. That was a big part of why I stayed. But I mean, I just felt like I had unfinished business, and I wanted to have a great season night coming up. As a Bearcat, I wouldn't want to finish nowhere else.
How tough has this season been with the ups and downs and the slow start, and kind of having your back against the wall since January? But that's being a Bearcat, right?
Yeah.
Playing with your back against the wall, playing with that toughness. Was it difficult getting everything together, getting everybody together? Because you've been asked to carry a heavy load in that, being the leader and getting everybody on the same page. How hard has it been?
It's been frustrating. That's the word I can say. It was very frustrating because we didn't expect. I mean, it was a new coach, new system, new players. I expected it to be kind of slow, but not as slow as it was.
Right.
I didn't expect us to drop some games that we did, but I mean, it was all like everyone can say now it was a learning process. And me personally, I'm glad that we went through all the adversity, all the tough times we did, because that what makes us a team today. That what makes me the player I am now. I maybe wouldn't have been doing what I was doing this last stretch if I didn't went through those tough times. You know, it's just taught me to keep my head focused, lock in, and really just take care of business the right way. Going on down the line, that's everyone's mindset. I mean, it was tough. Me trying to be a leader, I feel like I did a great job at it, but I feel like I could have done better in a lot of situations. But I mean, we got our team. We got a great team, in my opinion. We got great players on the team, great guys. So I mean, what we went through was good for us. You know, and I feel like it was good for the new coaches also, so they can see what type of players they really have, like in crunch time and in tough situations. So now that they see what type of players they have, we see what type of coaches we have,
right.
And we all see what type of team we really can be. Like the stuff that we persevered through, that we fought through. I mean, to be honest, the sky's the limit. Still, in my opinion, we get in the tournament. So, I mean, I feel like we can make a big run. I feel like we can win the conference tournament again, also.
You mentioned this last stretch. I'll ask this on behalf of the entire fan base. The hell's got into you? What took over? Because you're putting up numbers that I don't know if you've seen or not, but nobody's had a double-digit rebound season at Cincinnati since the 1980s, since Jelly Jones, and you're doing stuff that Kenya Martin didn't do, that Danny Fortson didn't do, that Gary didn't do, that Yancey didn't do. How does that, does that register with you yet? And where did it come from all of a sudden that everything just clicked?
I mean, like I said, I just looked in the mirror for real and was like, get back to doing what you do. Like me playing like this how I always played my whole life. Like my mom, we was talking on the phone and she was like, I mean, I'm not surprised at what you're doing. My dad saying the same thing, I'm not surprised. And I'm not surprised myself. I'm just mad at myself. I didn't start doing it earlier. This didn't click earlier. But I mean, I feel like it's clicking at the right time for me and for this team. And as far as doing something, like you said, things that other players, like the greats before me, it's just an honor for real. It's a blessing that my name, when I leave, that my name could be said and talked about, just like some of these guys. It's a blessing. It's a great feeling for real. I mean, I try not to think about it too much, but I mean, someone said mentioned my name with Kenya Martin's name once, and I was like, that's kind of cool for real.
Yeah.
Big time for real. He was a part of the reason why I came here once I figured out that he was a Bearcat for real. So, I mean, it's just all a blessing, and I'm gonna just keep doing this. I'm not stopping no time soon.
I mean, think about it. You know, whenever the next guy averages 10 rebounds a game, it'll be the first time that's been done since Trey Scott did it.
Yeah.
At a basketball school, that's why you came here. That does have to swell you up with pride a little bit. That you went from a redshirt year to being a backup for 2 years, to being good last year, to having a senior year where you left a legacy that people are going to talk about for a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about, to be honest. Me personally, it's just it's crazy to think about. My career here, it's been a wild ride. But I mean, I wouldn't change how it happened, how it started. I wouldn't change none of it for the world. All the stuff that I went through before, it helped me become this player, this person I am today. I thank God for it. I thank God for my the first coaching staff, the coaches who got me here, my teammates, and just for me being focused and staying locked in and making it happen. Like I said, like because in the beginning when stuff got slow for me, I told my mom like I'm not transferring. I told my family I'm not transferring. Like I'm gonna make it happen here, and it's just like it's a great feeling waking up doing the stuff that I'm doing now and like actually making it happen, like living what I said that I was gonna do. So it's a real great feeling. Like I'm proud of myself for that. No matter what happens, no matter where I go afterwards, that's one thing that nobody can take from me, and that's what I made what I wanted to happen.
The other thing I would say, you've been active in the community. A lot of that stuff's off the camera. Nobody sees it. How much has that helped you grow? Experiencing what you have, going to see kids, and being somebody that was more than a basketball player, being somebody that grew as a man and as a person while he was here.
A lot. It helped me grow a lot. At the end of the day, like I don't want to be just defined as a basketball player. I want people to really get to know who I am. You know, like I'm a nice guy, I'm a kind guy, and I always lend a helping hand to anybody who need it. And as far as the kids, like I see it as one. Like before, I was a kid also, and I know how I felt when I used to go to like high school games and the older guys who was dunking and like the good guys doing this and that. I know how I felt. So when I see kids reaching out, you know, want to like how can we take a picture or this and that and this, it's like I'm like yeah, like I'm happy to do it because I know exactly how I make kids feel. Right. I know how I felt when I was younger, and I mean it's like I said, I just want people to really get to know me outside of basketball too. You know, as much as I do for the university, I know me being who I am, I could make someone's day. I could brighten kids' days and give them motivation and positive notes to get them here. Because a lot of kids look up to us, a lot of kids look up to me to play college basketball. So I mean, it's much help and motivation I could give like younger kids. I do it.
Saturday, 7:40. You walk out to center court with your mom, your dad, your sisters. You gonna be able to hold it together?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it together. I am.
No tears?
No tears, man. No tears. My mom gonna cry. I'm gonna tell you that. My mom gonna cry.
And you realize the ovation you're gonna get, right?
I don't know, man. I hope it's a good one.
You hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
Come on.
For real. The bad thing about Cincinnati is my sister's not even gonna be here.
Oh, they're gonna tournament.
So that's my only downfall about Cincinnati. I'm mad that they're not gonna be able to.
But you got to spend a whole season with them. That has to have been cool, seeing them the way that they've progressed and then the team winning and being successful. As a big brother, that's at least you get 1 year of it that had to be fun.
Yeah, this year by far not only basketball and stuff that I was able to do, but being here with my sisters has by far been the best year of my life for real. Because I wasn't able to really watch them play basketball when I was here growing up. But now me being able to be around them, we got in the gym, worked out a few times together. Just seeing them now that they're older, like they're growing into like grown women, they're doing their own thing now. Like I'm a proud big brother, like I said before. Like I'm happy for them and I'm wishing them the best. I know they'll do good. Like, it's in our blood to go hard and attack anything we do. So I know like they'll be in good hands with this great university when I leave. These great people, the great coaching staff, Coach Hurd and her staff, and like I know they enjoy it. But like I said, they made this year like the best year of my life for real. I love them girls to death.
On behalf of Bearcat Nation, thanks for everything, my friend. We've developed a good friendship over the years. Even when you thought I was on staff and I wasn't, you called and committed to me. Yeah. What did Mick say when you called me Coach Chad?
He just told me he wasn't. He said he wasn't a coach. He told me what you were. He told me like what you did and what you really was. My bad.
You know, he still messes with me on that.
I had no idea.
He still jokes around like if I do something that he wants to get after me for, he'll call me Coach Chad.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he said he almost dropped the phone
when I said that.
Yeah, because for the people listening, what happened was Trey called me. We talked for a little bit. At the end, I was like, "How are you going to announce? Are you going to put it on Twitter?" This was kind of before Twitter was like the big deal. So I'm like, "Well, you have to call Mick." So you called Mick, and Mick was like, "How are you going to announce?" And you're like, "I talked to Coach Chad. We figured that out." And Mick said he almost dropped the phone. He almost dropped the phone. He was like,
I had no idea.
Well, like the first time Mick saw you, I was there with him, and then you were on your visit. I was here, so I get like where it all happened. But it's been a long journey, brother.
Yeah.
And thanks for everything. Thanks for everything you've done for the university and it's not gonna be the same without you around here. I feel like you've been around a long ass time, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss this place. This place let me grow into a man, for real. Like I said, I met a lot of great people, basketball-wise, before my time, during my time. A lot of people who work at the university.
It's tough.
But
it's tough. But you left your mark.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.